I'm in West London, near White City. In the distance there's traffic, and I can feel tube trains rumbling beneath my feet. This is a truly urban spot, and it's about to give up one of its secrets. For exactly here, around half a century ago, a box of treasure was buried. This was one of the infamous Blue Peter time capsules, a snapshot of current cultural items, sealed and secreted by the popular BBC TV show in 1975, to be opened publicly decades into the future. Now, Blue Peter was a children's show, yet this box has been shrouded in mystery, and its opening today is far from public. Among those gathered here are police and members of the intelligence services, and a trained counsellor. But why should innocent archiving by a kids' TV program provoke such concern? Sadly, the 1970s are now known to be anything but innocent, especially in young people's entertainment. This box may unwittingly reveal toxic levels of depravity. It might even contain pilot footage long thought lost of a show called Kids Like Us, where children cavorted on beanbags with celebrities like Gary Glitter and Rolf Harris. And if that weren't bad enough, we might also encounter documents from a project called Prince Andrew's Teenage Diaries. Or maybe the box will simply contain sculptures made of loo rolls, bound together by sticky-back plastic. Who knows? It's about to happen. We're standing 10 feet back as two scientists encased in protective clothing start to open the metal box. All those present have signed waivers, and we're aware of the dangers. But still, there's a shuffling towards the table. They're having trouble opening the box. Wait, they've stopped. They've heard something. They've brought on a sound engineer who's amplifying a noise from within. It sounds like a rattle or a grinding. No, it's more rhythmic. Actually, I've heard that sound before. It can't be. Oh, not again. It is. It's the Big Muddler. Varied morsels of oral delight. What time is it? It's Muddler time. Yes, we're back with more of the same variety. If that makes sense. But then you don't come here for sensible, do you? Do you? Right now. I am an antichrist. I don't want, but I know you get it. I want to destroy passers-by because I want to be Jesus on the mainland, tell him what you want. Jesus on the mainland, tell him what you want. Jesus on the mainland, tell him what you want. Just call him out and tell him what you want. His number's never busy, tell him what you want. Tell him what you want. Tell him what you want. Just call him up, tell him what you want. Now, sinners, today we are blessed. Give me an amen. Amen. We have with us today a preacher from afar, a preacher who has spoken the truth in many a dark and godless place, who has faced the fearsome fiends who plague that place, has smote those fiends, yes, smote them again and again, and left their stinking corpses in the den of their depravity. Give me an amen. Amen. Yes, this night we welcome a proud fighter for the one true way, a smiter of those who stand in the way of that way, a uniter of all who believe, a lighter of 1,000 flames of faith, a whiter, brighter hope for the world, and a delighter of any whose sense has not yet been shattered by their shame. Give me an amen. Amen. Give me another amen. Amen. Now give me a consonant. W. And one more amen. Amen. And what is the name of this man who has come amongst us? What is the name of he who has marched through the minefields of malevolence, and who has swum the stinking seas of sin? It's Graham. What? It's Graham. My name is Graham. And his name is Graham. No, Graham. Oh Lord, thank you for granting us an audience with this most wise and wondrous warrior. Let us bend our ears to his wit and join his mighty crusade against the wicked. Let us disown our evil deeds and lift once more the sword of salvation as we listen to the marvelous, majestic ministry of Graham. Actually, it's Graham. I just used my Christian name, though I suppose all our names are Christian, really. But, well, anyway, I'm Graham, and I'm delighted to be with you here today. Yes, thank you for that rousing introduction. When I'm next back in Chelmsford, I'll tell the bishop about it. I've got to fly back tomorrow, as this weekend we've got a jumble sale for the steeple appeal. Yes, and those old jigsaws, they won't sort themselves. Anyway, it's a pleasure to be with you here today, and I'm looking forward to a fine evening here at your very jolly church. Would you like me to say a few words about our ecumenical outreach program? Yes. Tell us how you've battled for God's dominion in the devil's backyard. Ah, you mean our mission to Basildon. That's a terrific story. You know, I really value these trips to what I suppose was once part of the old homeland. That which has been united before the Lord should perhaps never be divided. Though you did win the war, yes. Yeah, well, as I say, it's good to be back. In fact, you might say the Empire is back. It's the last night of the cruise. You've dined at the captain's table. Now, hand in hand with your loved one, you marvel at the moonlight from the Platinum Class saloon. All that's left to crown this vacation is a trip back to the cabin and the pastures of passion. But a worry crosses your mind. What if the Ferrari won't fire up? Rest easy. You can rely on your old pal Perky. Yes, take Perky. One small pill, and 5 minutes later you're up and away. Perky keeps you on top. I like to look into things. Not just holes or cupboards or empty cars with the engine running. No, I like to look into mysteries. And recently I've been exploring one of the greatest mysteries of them all, Stonehenge. How did it get there? And why? For centuries, experts have been baffled. But I have, I think I've uncovered the truth. Yes, bit of a surprise. Here's how I did it. Now, Stonehenge was clearly a place of worship, and most worship involves music. So I thought, why not approach this mystery via sound? All that stone, so carefully set, it must be resonant. So I built a scale model of Stonehenge and tested its acoustic properties. Certain patterns of sound worked best. Have a listen to this. It's like a Morse code emanating from the stones. Here is another rhythm that arose. Again, the stones naturally create the beat. I also found a certain sequence of notes resounded perfectly. It was like the moment in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the moment when they play that tune to the aliens. Remember this? Well, I had my own sort of moment of awe when this melodic sequence emerged from the model. This melody seemed linked to a particular rhythm. So one thing led to another, and well, here is where it went. I saw her today at the reception. A glass of wine in her hand. I knew she would make her connection. At her feet, a footloose man. You know, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try, sometimes you might find you get what you need. You get what you need. You get what you need. I know what you're thinking. Is this why it's called rock music? Well, the coincidence gets wilder. Remember those rhythms earlier? Jumping jack flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. Amazing. Yes, the Rolling Stones. Maybe it's something in the ley lines. For ley lines were actually part of the Rolling Stones gig rider. A good lay with lines of coke. Now this link with the Stones is fascinating, but it's only a distraction. Oh yes, it doesn't explain why Stonehenge was built. For that, you'll have to wait for part 2. Stonehenge, the truth. Maybe. Let's see what's happening with that lovable gang of shellfish seaside entertainers. Yes, it's time for the next installment of Great Crustaceans. They're wild, they're snappy, but they're seldom happy. They came in on the wrong tide, got washed up on the sand. They got nowhere left to hide, so they formed themselves a band. They're great crustaceans, great crustaceans. They're great crustaceans. It's a sleepy afternoon on the beach. The band are supposed to be rehearsing new material, but not much is being played. Then Spider, the drummer, unexpectedly has something to say. Hey guys, I've got some news.
Oh, the drummer speaks.
I've written a song. The drummer composes. You've written a song? Oh God. Oh no, that's great. Brilliant. Well, you know they say, write from your experience. They do? I think they do. Anyway, I thought about it, and my main experience, what I do most, well, all the time actually, is to eat. So I've written a song about eating. You mean food? Yeah. Right, well, I suppose we'd better hear it. Well, it's not finished, and I'm not very good at the piano.
You're not very good at the drums.
Give him a chance, fellas. Here we go. When I find myself down by the seaside looking for a bite to eat, there's always something tasty in the sea. When I'm really hungry and the waves are crashing over me, my mother comes and helps me in the sea. Has it got a chorus? Yeah, it's got a chorus. How about this? In the sea, in the sea, in the sea, in the sea, my mother comes and helps me in the sea. I thought as a band we don't do covers. What do you mean, covers? Well, this song. I mean, have you never heard of the Beatles? The Who?
Not the Who, the Beatles.
Who are they? You must know the Beatles. That's one of their songs. No, it's one of mine. I made it up. Then how come it sounds like Let It Be? Maybe they copied it from me?
So you have heard of them?
Let It Be is 50 years old, and you're a spider crab, so you're only 3 years old. There's no need to get personal. And let's not talk about eating things in the sea. Bit of a touchy subject.
Yeah, don't forget the rule. Never eat other band members.
I didn't.
Or talk about eating them.
I didn't.
Or think about eating them.
Oh.
Boys, shall we move on? Let's get ready for tomorrow's gig.
They're wild. They're snappy. But they're seldom happy. They came in on the wrong tide, got washed up on the sand. They got nowhere left to hide, so they formed themselves a band. They're great crustaceans, great crustaceans. They're great crustaceans. Welcome to Part 2, Stonehenge, the Truth. Maybe. As you might remember, I was looking into the mystery of Stonehenge, yes, and I discovered that its sonic qualities match those of a modern rock-beat combo called, unsurprisingly, the Rolling Stones. But that doesn't explain why Stonehenge was built. Yet quite separately, I found the answer to this too, and why it eluded experts for centuries. And I want to share that with you now, if that's okay. For Stonehenge, wait for it, are you sitting down? Then prepare to be amazed. Stonehenge was built in error. Yes, it's a mistake, a huge stony screw-up. There was no reason for its building, except idiocy and pride. Let me explain. Let's go back to the scale model I built at the Stones. Now, one day I had to take it somewhere in the car for acoustic tests. It was a sunny day, and as I drove, I noticed the shadows upon the inner circle of blue stones coincided with the exact time, which got me thinking. Now, ancient people had a concept of time. They had sundials, but these were heavy, fixed objects, or at least the ones we know about were fixed. Surely these folk also needed to know the time when they were on the move. So what would they use? Park that thought. About this time, I was reading about some potholers in South Wales. They'd just discovered a strange cave painting in the Preseli Mountains, where the blue stones of Stonehenge come from. This cave painting depicts Stonehenge itself. It's like an architect's plan. Beside it are symbols which mark the scale of the plan. But these dimensions, would you believe it, well, they're the wrong way round. At Stonehenge, the sarsens in the outer circle are 4 meters high and 2 meters wide. But the cave plan suggests they should actually be 4 centimeters high and 2 centimeters wide, which is precisely the size of my scale model, which told the time as it sat in the sun. You can see where this leads. Yes, Stonehenge was designed to be a portable sundial, carried wherever the tribal leader went. But someone got the dimensions wrong, and they were so stupid or frightened, they just carried on, hoping the problem would disappear. Well, we've all been there psychologically, ignoring an issue until it gets too big, but we didn't end up with a massive pile of rock litter on Salisbury Plain. You think this could never happen today? A huge infrastructural disaster born in error, managed by fools frightened of their political bosses? Well, interestingly, those cave paintings also revealed some coded lettering. Yes. And this was interpreted as the symbol HS2. Just kidding. Well, about that bit, I mean. Everything else is quite true. To finish off the show, let's head to Muddler Live, that happy land where people love to laugh and sing.
Another bride, another groom, another sunny honeymoon, another reason, another season for making whoopee. A lot of shoes, a lot of rice. The groom is nervous, he answers twice. It's really killing that he's so willing to make whoopee.
Yes, it's a rare recording of the great Jan North.
Picture a little love nest, down where the roses cling. Picture that same sweet love nest. Think what a year can bring. He's washing dishes and baby clothes. He's so ambitious, he even sews. So don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks, for making whoopee. Another year, or maybe less. What's this I hear? Oh, can't you guess? The wife's neglected, and he's suspected of making whoopee. She sits at home most every night. He doesn't phone her, he doesn't write. He says he's busy, but she thinks, is he? Just making whoopee. He doesn't make much money. $5,000 per. Some judge who thinks he's funny says you give 6 to her. But he says, Judge, what if I fail? The judge says, budge, right into jail. You better keep her. I think it's cheaper than making whoopee. You better keep her. I think it's cheaper than making whoopee.
Oh, thank God I've put some distance between me and the Blue Peter time capsule. Time now, I think, to bring these proceedings to a close, with special thanks to the much-loved and much-missed Jan North, and thanks too to pianist Dorian Ford. And look out for today's sponsor, Perky. One small pill and you'll soon be back on top. And I guess we should also acknowledge Matthew Crampton, the architect of today's shenanigans, though really we shouldn't encourage him.